Welcome to our presentation. We look forward to sharing this time with you. Take copious notes. Enjoy.
From New York. Good to see you here tonight. Jackson is here also. Hello, Tracy. Good to have you with us. Man, this is awesome. From Raleigh, North Carolina. Welcome, Pam. Hello, hello. Barbara from Ohio. Welcome to you, girl. And Jose from Indiana. So glad you're here. And Valerie from Stratton Island, New York. Wow. We are from all over the United States tonight, aren't we? That is so great. If you are new, it's such a great idea to take notes, but also just write down questions that you might have, because our presenter tonight will take your questions at the end, and he is phenomenal at answering your questions. Let me just guarantee you that. So let's get into it. I don't want to take too much of the evening talking about that. Oh, yes, and we also have Renford from New York City. Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. This is so great to be here on this momentous Monday. And our presenter tonight has been with the company since almost the very, very, very beginning. So we're all on his team, which is great. But he is the wind beneath everybody's wings. He is actually like the godfather of our company, right? And he's such a great dad and father and husband and entrepreneurial with like 100 stars after that. He's a walking novel, actually, like a motivational book. And he's my good friend, and I cherish every time I get to introduce him to you, my good friend, Executive Director, Mr. Tony Hubbard. The floor is all yours, my friend.
All right, Miss Susan, I appreciate that kind introduction as always. It's such a pleasure to get a chance to work with such a professional like yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, Susan is such a great person. She didn't even tell you guys about her own accolades. I mean, she's been a part of our company now for about 4 years. But in that time, she's impacted thousands of lives for the better. And I have no doubt because she is, uber successful in helping a lot of people have success. She'll continue to be one of our top leaders for many, many years to come. So definitely
Thank,
hats off to you, Susan. I
thanks.
look forward to your future success. And ladies and gentlemen, I just really want to get down to brass tacks because the purpose of the Zoom tonight is to give you a brief overview about our company so that you can decide what role you may or may not play in the nationwide and now international expansion of a company called 7K. Now, just to begin, I think it's fair that before you hear information concerning a business, you need to know a little background of the person who's sharing. You see, I was very fortunate to enter into the profession that we're going to talk about tonight of home-based business and network marketing back in the year of 2000. And at the time, like many Americans, I thought I already had this American dream. You see, I was an operator at a chemical plant. I was earning a six-figure income, but I was working 60 to 80 hours a week. But after being a part of that company for 12 years, my life was drastically interrupted with a little thing that's commonplace in corporate America. They call it a merger. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen, I don't care what title you put on it, downsize, right side, re-engineer. It's just a fancy way of saying somebody's going to get fired. And although I was not a victim at the time, I witnessed 264 of my friends lose their employment in a moment's time, and that was my wake-up call. I recognized right then it didn't make sense having all of your eggs in one basket, especially if you didn't own the basket. So to make a long story short, I was open for the first time in my life to a plan B. A friend of mine gave me a phone call, like many of you here tonight, to come out, take a look at the business. It made sense, and I got involved. A year and a half later, part time, I was earning a full time income. Now, fast forward 10 years, I received a call about the company we're going to talk about tonight, and I got involved the very same night I took a look at it. Not because I understood everything, but because what this gentleman shared with me made a whole bunch of sense. By a show of hands, because I like a live and interactive presentation, put a two in the chat if it makes sense to you to purchase gold and silver at one of the best prices. Put a two in the chat if that message resonates with you. And if it also makes sense that if someone's going to get paid whenever someone else buys gold and silver, that somebody probably needs to be named you. You see, that's all I really grasped over 9.5 years ago. And from that time to now, I've introduced a few hundred people to the concept. And I am blessed now to have a team that is tens of thousands of individuals around the globe. Now, I don't share that tonight to impress you, but to impress upon you that if someone like myself that doesn't even have a college degree can do this business and earn several thousand on a weekly basis, every last one of you guys here tonight will have that exact same opportunity. So over the next 30 to 35 minutes, I'm simply going to share with you guys what we call a wealth strategy. How do I go from my current circumstances to not just surviving? How do I thrive no matter what's going on in our economy? Well, let's just have this conversation. I'm going to share my screen and let's talk about how do we go and take our business and our life to a whole nother level. Now, we call that a wealth strategy, ladies and gentlemen. And the goal of this company, is to put gold and silver in the hands of the people that need it the most. That's what we're all about, ladies and gentlemen. So why so much talk about gold and silver? The reason why, the major reason why, put a 2 in the chat if you think the purchasing power of your dollar is going the wrong direction. All we're simply saying is that $100 today won't buy what $100 would just a few years ago, let alone even last year. But here's the good news, ladies and gentlemen. During the same time that the dollar has lost its purchasing power because it's no longer backed by gold, gold and silver has done just the opposite. That's what you call a clue. One of my favorite mentors, Warren Buffett, will oftentimes say, he said, whatever you like to do, that should be a hobby of yours. But when you find out what wealthy people like to do, that should be a business of yours. What do wealthy people do? They put a portion of what they do into this thing called sound money. So what is sound money? That is a fancy way of saying gold and silver. Tonight, we're going to share with you some of the secrets of the wealthy. You will find out why is it that the wealthy of the wealthy own gold and silver, and so should you and I. Why is it that the largest governments of the world, the largest financial institutions of the world, why do they own the most and yet they say the least? What do they know that you and I should know? Well, here's what they understand, ladies and gentlemen. They know that holding gold and silver has always kept up with inflation and it will always have value. Example, back in 1965, I was blessed to be 1 year old at the time. A $1 bill and a 1 ounce silver coin were actually equal in value. And if you notice back then, the price of the Mustang, it wasn't 30,000, it wasn't 50,000. All you had to do was accumulate either 2,500 $1 bills like I hold in my hand or 2,500 1 ounce silver coins. And you could walk into that Ford dealership and walk out with a brand new Ford Mustang right off the showroom floor. Do me a favor, put a 3 in the chat. If you think buying a brand new Ford Mustang today with just $2,500 is a beautiful thing. Well, here's what I want you to understand. Because the dollar has depreciated by 98%, and silver is at an all-time high. It's went up, ladies and gentlemen, times 10,000%. You and I both know 2,500 of these, you're going to be fortunate enough if they say that's enough for the down payment. But if you would have just held on to 2,500 of these, you'd be able to buy a small fleet of Mustangs today. What about the other sound money of gold? See, back in 1965, 2,500 of that was 72 ounces. Well, today, ladies and gentlemen, 72 ounces of gold, with gold being at $5,000 an ounce, that is $360,000. Again, you could buy a whole new fleet of Mustangs and have room left over for upgrades. Well, if I understand that to be true, why haven't my financial advisor offered to take me to lunch and talk about gold and silver? Well, I have my financial planner said, listen, let me buy you a cup of coffee and let's put some of what you're earning into gold and silver. Here's the truth of the matter. It's not that they're bad people. They are trained not to have that conversation. Number one reason, they don't earn a commission on physical gold and silver. And the second reason is they don't want you and I to know. They hope you and I never wake up and smell the coffee. But if you were invited to this presentation tonight, somebody respected you enough and somebody loved you enough to give you a phone call on why we believe everybody should have our product of gold and silver. So let's just talk about it. We're not talking about changing your buying habits. All we're simply saying is this. If you're going to save, matter of fact, do me a favor tonight. Put a 3 in the chat if you have a checking account and if you have a savings account. And let's look at what happens if you just save in something different. All right? I see a lot of 3s out there. So most people I know have a checking and a savings account. Well, If you could have put your hand on $1,000 back in April 2020 when the pandemic was going on and just left it alone in the bank, today, ladies and gentlemen, because inflation would have eaten up a good portion of it, you'd only be able to buy $760 worth of stuff today. But if you would have did the same thing in gold and that didn't do anything to it, it would have more than doubled today, especially what gold is right now, and silver would have almost tripled today. So here's the thing I want you to understand. Again, not changing your habits. All I'm saying is this: if you're going to save, why not also save in silver and also save in gold? So here's the argument I get from time to time. Well, if it's so good, if it's so smart, why don't more people do it? Here's what I want you to understand. There's a reason why only 11% of the population actually owns physical gold and silver. Although everybody I know that gold and silver is valuable. And the reason is this: people don't know what to buy. They don't know who to trust. They don't know, what's the best time to sell. Well, we by far is a little thing that was created 7 years ago by our company, and is the only one of its kind on the planet. We call it a sound money wallet. For this reason alone, ladies and gentlemen, people are flocking to this company from over 60 plus countries around the world. Let's watch a short video and you'll see what all the excitement is all about.
We're now completely revolutionizing the industry and making it so anyone and everyone can seamlessly start buying precious metals. It doesn't matter if you want to start with $100 or even $1. The new technology provided by our partner company, Sound Money Wallet, will allow you to convert your cash to various asset classes of fractional gold or silver quickly with no games or gimmicks. With Sound Money, you own the metals you buy, but they store them safe and sound. And you'll sleep easy at night knowing that if you ever want your metals, they'll be in the mail at the drop of a hat. Sound Money uses a non-segregated vault at their partner company, VaultMax, to store your precious metal assets, protected by some of the most technologically advanced security out there. You can be sure your metals are safe there. If you want your metal, simply request it. Pay the shipping and insurance and it will be on the way. But what if you need cash? This is the only tool on the market with the power to give you frictionless liquidation with one of the best buyback prices in the industry. Sound Money will make your ownership journey convenient and easy. Be confident that control is back in your hands from start to finish. Let Sound Money Wallet work for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is a beautiful thing to have a layaway plan with gold and silver. And that's what that Sound Money Wallet is all about. Many benefits, but let's just highlight 4 of those. I mean, if you want to cater to the masses, you have to dine with the classes, ladies and gentlemen. Here's what I want you to understand. I mean, now everybody can play the game because put a 2 in the chat. If everybody can start off with at least $1. Okay? With $1, you can buy fractional silver and fractional gold. I mean, the physical metal that your purchases are kept in one of our 4 private vaults strategically placed throughout North America. In addition to that, if you need to liquidate it within 24 hours, you can have it liquidated back in addition to that, ladies and gentlemen, 7 years ago, at the same time we started the Sound Money Wallet, our company, we partnered up with a mint, and we have the only home-based business on the planet that provides silver and gold to a mint that have several coins designed specifically for the beautiful thing about it. With these collectible coins, you get a chance to purchase coins that historically have went up in value over time. I mean, I can truthfully say over the last 9.5 years, every single coin that I've been able to purchase, and you pick and choose the ones you want, have actually increased in value. See, here's the beautiful thing about collectible coins. I mean, not only do you have stunning coins, they're rare, and because of the story behind them, I mean, individuals are paying a lot more for those coins over the years. It's like buying the Rembrandt or the Picasso of the gold and silver coins. So here's how that takes place, ladies and gentlemen. Let me give you a couple of examples of coins that have increased in value over the years, and you can do the exact same thing. Again, there's a winning combination. Not only do you have something that's like pure silver, you have the collectability, and those two to combine equal to a winning combination. So let's think about it. What can I purchase on a regular basis? Here's what takes place, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give you a couple of examples of the coins we purchased over the years, and they have already increased in value. I've had coins double in value in just a few months' time. I've had some triple in value in just a year's time. And there's no guarantees behind it, but it's a beautiful thing where you can buy the coins every single month. Example, the Montana butterfly. I was fortunate to get that coin back in 2021. Back in 2021, that coin sold for $150. You're going to be hard pressed today to find one under $1,000. The next one that we talk about, ladies and gentlemen, is the Julius Caesar coin. Back in 2021, our company did like an exact replica, but in 1 ounce portions of the 12 of the top Roman emperors. Julius Caesar coin, we purchased for $360. Today, you're going to be hard pressed to find one under $500. And last but not least, one of the ones that did elude me was a Tiffany art coin back in 2004. This 3 ounce coin sold for just $100 back then. Today, you're going to be hard pressed to find one under $2,000. Historically, collectible coins go up in value for wealth on autopilot. You have 5 different days of the month. You can set it and forget it. And you now can make that your savings account. I mean, what I've done, ladies and gentlemen, again, we don't give out financial advice. I'm just telling you what we've been able to do. I mean, because of how the gold and silver is going up, everything you have in that vault does the exact same thing. My savings account is called a sound money wallet because now, last year alone, I was able to get 140% return, and you can do the same. So what happens if you can just discipline yourself to just put $100 a month? I mean, just like you did in a checking account or savings account, what if you did the same thing in gold? So make sure I'm talking to the right audience. Put a 2 in the chat if you think you can just save $100 a month to set it and forget it and watch what happens year after year. Well, if you did that in cash, at the end of 1 year, you'd have $1,200, but that's before inflation eats up a portion of it. But you'd already gained over $100 in gold right off the bat. Well, after 2 years, ladies and gentlemen, gold, you've already gotten at least $300 worth of return. And last but not least, after 3 years, ladies and gentlemen, especially now, because this was back a few years ago, especially now with gold doing what it's doing right now, you'd be able to have double what you put in there after 3 years. So the beautiful thing, I mean, here's what I found to be true. Gold and silver have both outproduced the stock market over the last 20 years. That's why the wealthy are the wealthy, but part of what they're earning in the hard tangible assets, the 2 most common ones by far, is real estate and precious metals. Our company was designed so that everybody can play the game of precious metals. Now, what can my collection look like after 1 year? After 2 years, let's watch a short video and you'll begin to understand why people are flocking to this company and just stacking in gold and silver.
Discipline. There's a reason successful people are always talking about it. Without it, you might as well be treading water. You can't go anywhere or get anything in life without the discipline to make it happen. At 7K, we know it's too important to live without, even if you're still developing it. So we automated it. You use automated discipline almost every day for the physical things that matter most in your life. Your mortgage, cell phone, car, credit cards. Do you make those payments manually every month? No. You set them on autopay because it's too important to risk messing up. Gold and silver assets are like your money's best friends. They have its back, but they don't just appear when you need them. And like the other most important things in your life, collecting them is too important to risk messing up. Stack assets on autopay with 7K's autosaver. Don't wait to secure your money's future, and spend the time you save developing the discipline to go after other big goals. At 7K, we help you put assets on autopilot.
All right. Put a 2 in the chat if you love the way that sounds. Put my assets on autopilot. And this is just a quick snapshot of what you can accumulate on a monthly basis. 2 silver options, 2 gold options. We have the gold notes. We also have the fractional gold coins, ladies and gentlemen, collectible. And you can put those into your portfolio every single month. I mean, there are hundreds of individuals like myself that have been able to accumulate tens of thousands of dollars in collectible coins over the years. And there have been thousands that have been able to accumulate at least $10,000 in collectible coins over the course of a year or so. And many of those individuals were never able to save at any given time, but now they have, they have a closet full of gold and silver. And let's see, we got quite a few guests on here tonight. I want to say almost half of the people on here tonight are guests. So here's my advice to you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Get back with the person who invited you out. And always remember that life is not about waiting for the rain to stop. It's about learning how to dance in the rain. Everyone have a great evening. God bless and take care. We'll see you right back here tomorrow night. Let's take this thing to 100.
Hello, this is Teresa. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to have more information, put info or more info in the comments section. Hope you have a lovely day, evening, or night. We love you. Bye.